Review board. Okay, that's the official name. They go in that order. Mrs. Gentleman. He's on. Okay. We'll just limp along together. I'm the volunteer that works at City Hall. Okay. I've lived here for 46 years. So welcome to our community. Probably still here, right? It is actually for sale. Oh, okay. The prices are absolutely out of sight. I mean, it's just amazing to me. Yeah, so it's good, you know. Yeah, keeps the neighborhood, looking good. Yeah, absolutely. They keep asking me if I want to sell my house. I said, no, they would bury me in the backyard, but it's against code. Yeah. So they,
I know. Hey, good to see you. I know. Oh, I'm telling you.
Hello.
So you've been everything.
Is there a Dropbox for product copies?
No, you just drop them off at the village.
Check here.
Oh,
Are they new or not?
Linda is the money lady.
What's it for?
Like,
Or,
compliance.
We really shouldn't.
Well, you can stop by.
I'm gonna take it from. Yeah.
Are you on the agenda, sir? What's your address? Yes, sir. You're here on, for, putting up a fence around a demolition facility? Don't panic,
I know.
you know? You want to take his money and put it over there in the office.
Oh, we can
So
put it-
he doesn't have to mail it in.
so I can put it in the,
Just put it over by one of our desks, you know?
all right.
And we'll take, yeah, with that. So are you on the agenda this evening? What's your address, please? 7. Would it be 11728? Okay. Good. I'm sorry? Well, you're number H. Yep. I can't tell you. It all depends. This is actually my first time coming to the meeting, so I don't really know. They drafted me to take minutes because someone else's wasn't able to do it, so I'm actually volunteering City Hall, so. I mean, I've been to some of these and some of them went very, very quickly and some of them dragged for hours, so I don't know. Are you separate? What's your address? For samosa? Got it. Thank you. Six 30, yeah. Sometimes he will start and take the people who are here rather than, you know, go through all the old ones, but I don't know what that's what we do with other boards, I'm not sure. Can ask you. Hello. I'm gonna be, Raphael this evening.
Okay. Is he here too?
Yeah, he's gonna come to try and see if we can get everything going. If you haven't given me your address and you're gonna speak tonight, please come give me your address.
Or just, even if they're here, let's
Right.
get there.
No, I just need your address. 11.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't mind waiting until everyone's kind of, I guess.
113. I don't have you on the list. Well, that doesn't mean,
Mom was letting me know. What is it?
I don't have him on the list. Whoops, I'm sorry. I hit something.
Hey, Gage.
He's not on the list. Huh? Nope.
The,
11438. I'm sorry, 11328. Is it old business or new business? A variant.
oh, no, you're not. No,
He's got a
didn't she
message.
talk to you about Dina? But. Okay.
The agenda here.
Yeah, that's it. I understand. How are you?
Hey, Mercedes.
Ma'am, will you give me your address, please? 120th? Your Mercedes?
1133. No, no.
Is there anybody else who hasn't given me their address?
No.
It's okay, you're fine.
What's the address again? What's the address?
Okay, so,
115th, right?
but there, see the variance, I see the variance application, but there should be a building application that goes with it. So, you have to apply for the building and then variance, then you come. And then the building. For which one? Where's the permit number?
No, the order, the
Like
agenda.
your variance has not been.
So, oh,
There's a process.
okay.
Gage. Okay, so, Gage is the chairman of the board here.
Okay.
Where.
I mean, there's only one person ahead of you.
Maybe one.
Yeah, I mean,
If these people don't show up.
yeah, so we'll just.
We need
go
to
with
get
Mercedes
his
and we'll see you.
because usually,
I mean, it's,
the variance application.
it should be pretty
comes
quick.
With the
Be within,
building,
out of here within 10 minutes.
whatever the variance.
Yeah, I
you're
mean, it's the
applying,
first and
right?
second item.
So I don't know what the variance is for. Yes, no, no. So
I'm sorry, you guys are asking me a question. So it's a discussion. Okay. Okay. So the best we could do would be, is put you on a discussion item. Cause, you're not, we can obviously, it's not on the agenda, it hasn't been published, so we can't really discuss it as far as like voting on it, but we can definitely put it as a discussion item. What is the variance for?
Oh, this is for the paint?
Okay, so, are you one of the corner lots? Okay, so I think somebody might have asked me, was it Pedro? You had sent in a letter saying, I want to do and I said, come discuss it with the board, basically. Okay, what's the address?
The paint, right?
11. 11328.
Was this color,
Your
this
last name?
color an approved color or was that a, it was not an approved color?
DER. Or the- got it. Okay,
Which one?
This one was full.
Uh-huh.
I was putting it in a couple
Which is what? The trim?
yeah, you had a bunch of things in there.
I have to wait for him to give us the okay because.
Cause it still says
Index
2 slabs for
is
2
so
generators.
in that the spotlight in that everywhere. And then once we get out,
Okay.
once we can't add any more to the agenda, so, but he's.
Well, you're
he's making
the first
decisions.
one, so we'll
So
talk.
let me
about it.
ask him.
Hmm.
If,
Already hooked
I mean, because,
But yeah, we'll just talk about it.
yeah, because the other one is on the 16th. Can you wait until the 16th? Gage, we have a full agenda, so he's not, this is the paint permit external, he needs this one. The trim proof, but he's not on the agenda.
Okay. Is it, what color is it? Is the brown?
Okay, we're good.
What's the address?
The address, we're good. 11504 North East 11th Place.
You gonna be on the new business?
Under.
Carly, how are
discussion,
you?
Discussion?
And we'll move it up to new business.
Okay.
I have to get the board to, what's the name on it? What's the name?
You said, what was the question?
Washington,
Uh-huh.
Camisa, maybe? I can't read that. What's his name, Raphael? Do you know?
Washington,
Camisa?
Washington, what's your last name?
Boa.
Okay, Mercedes, right? Is it one slab? One slab, okay. Okay, that's it. So when you talk to them, that's how you're gonna address it. And then, let me check something very quick here. Okay.
Is there an actual, was there an application? Like, for the variance? Yeah. Like, no, but like, all the points, the letter, was there a full application that you have to file? The process is like,
The application, Mercedes.
first
the
process for a
application
variance denial.
Two slabs or two standby generators.
Was there an application for a pool?
My brother, he said
And-
same what you said, he said we have to put a cap on it.
Okay, got you. We can fix it. What we're gonna do, so what we're gonna do is,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
when,
I did get an email. Eduardo was asking.
We're good.
question, may-
so
is that-
one slab.
Thank you. Eduardo.
Perfect.
For review? No, okay, that's
What
it.
are you here for?
He's gonna make a.
Okay.
In addition.
Yeah, so
This would be one slab.
the first step is for us to, for a variance.
Oh,
denial of the permit. So was there an application for a permit? For building for the pool?
We're good.
It's gonna be one slab and what?
One generator. Do you need?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's, the one thing is to.
Do I need?
I don't know why they didn't put you on the agenda, but, I don't know what, when that email was sent out. Hey, Scarlett.
So,
Well, I mean, we're not voting. on it, but we're gonna discuss it. Well, you're right, that was the email, because we have a cutoff date. So I don't know. Yeah, they did make the last. Very clear. Okay. All right, so just have a seat. That's the only thing we can do. We'll talk about it.
He's not on the agenda either.
Huh?
Murphy's not on the agenda either.
It's communication. We don't say-
Dennis, What's your address?
Right, but who are you here for?
What are you here for? Oh, hang on, hang on. Okay.
First up is
11610 Sixth Avenue?
Okay, how are you?
Good, good, good.
Hi, how are you?
I have to laugh because, you were not kidding about the screening.
Yes.
We have to know what we're voting on.
I let the police know, like, hey, yeah, there's gonna be a bunch of little kids, but there's not gonna be a murder.
Hilarious. Like, wow. The volume.
The thing is they can do that with just the two of them.
Yeah.
Like when it's like bath time / time to go to bed, like, it's a good thing that
No one
houses
Address?
property lines.
7.
Did William have fun?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He had a blast. He did the classic thing where like at one point it was all of a sudden like, whoa, this is a lot.
Through the building department?
And then got over it in about 12.5 seconds.
So do you want to tell me who's here?
Oh,
Yeah, there's
David.
How we doing there, partner?
We see
Good.
check marks.
Yep.
5A,
5A,
5A.
5A.
Were you working a kid today?
Yeah.
Wait, 118?
Both of them.
What's the?
Oh, okay. Hi.
1816 Northeast 8th Avenue, 181865.
Which one?
Is that it?
Yeah.
So you're here for two.
Okay.
I got one of them. Where's the other? One.
This one.
Oh, this one.
Maybe should it be the application maybe?
And then let me flip it over.
The,
60,
I believe you.
60,
You know, we just,
stuff.
Mercedes, we just, we have a whole bunch of new people and things are just getting, they're just getting, huh? I believe you. I believe you. Someone, we're not perfect. Sorry.
yeah, but you. but they-
There was more than just that. There was a lot of, if I remember correctly, there was stuff on the permit application that had nothing to do with the generator.
Yeah, they were different.
It was like-
Yeah. Yeah, there was a different. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
No, this is Scarlett. This is David.
Right, did everybody that came in, did you check in with Linda? Just want to make sure that we got everyone. That's,
Somebody new. I'm
That's-
not sure.
yeah. Having a partner?
no, it's. Well,
Edward.
Yeah. All right, everybody ready? Thanks, Mark. All right, good evening, everyone. Again, if you haven't checked in, I just want to make sure so we don't miss anybody. This is the planning and design review board for the Village of Biscayne Park. It is Monday, November 6th, 2023, now 6:30. Do the roll call. Edward Leva.
Here.
Scarlett Hammond.
Here.
David Grun.
Here.
Gay Chartung, I'm here, as well as Raphael and Linda from the building department and the Village Hall. All right, we're gonna go in order of the agenda and the folks that are here and hopefully get you on your way. First will be 5A, old business, 900 Northeast 120th Street. Gonzalez reinforced 2 slabs for 2 standby generators. What's one? Yeah. Okay,
Mercedes. Can you go?
yeah, if you can just step up to the
Sorry
podium.
about that.
As we're waiting on that, we have 3 walk-ons, that, I'm gonna call 7A, 7B, 7C. Reyes, right? Rojas, okay. 7A will be 515 Northeast 115th Street, a question regarding a roof. And B will be, Lobert, 11328 Northeast Seventh Avenue. I believe that's the variance, for a pool request. And then, 7C Camboa, that's a paint, color request. All right, Gonzalez, let's get back to that.
Yes, it's one slab, one generator. And I have I have within me, I hope that you can see the place where it will be located. It shows that is 5 feet from the easement, which is my property line. And I think it's 5 feet from the nearest window. And is 3 feet like it's supposed to be. It has all the setbacks that are required. So I'm
And it's
just
just one generator instead of two.
one generator,
So
one slab.
one slab for one standby generator. 5 foot. And it's 5 foot from the other property, the side.
It is 5 feet from the easement, which is at the back of the generator, where he's supposed to be ventilated, 5 feet from the nearest window.
What about from the other property line? You have 5 feet from the easement.
I think it's 5 feet out, yes, 5 feet from the other property line.
So it's 5 and 5 basically. from there,
Yes, 5 everywhere.
Okay.
All around it.
Right, so code is a 5 foot rear and a 3 foot interior side, so at 5 and 5, she's fine. Facing, and then there's only one.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, David Scarlett, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay, next will be 5H, 11728, 6th Avenue, revitalized permit, new fence pool, barrier, Lori Pantano. Can you go up there, please? Thanks, Mercedes.
Okay, so Rafael, you have my survey?
Just a second, please.
Do you? Mhm.
Give us a second, okay?
Alright.
They're gonna review the
So this
case
is a
and.
permit that's already been approved one point? Okay. So this is actually the pool we already approved, right? This is
Right.
just for the fence, correct?
Yeah, so I guess I don't know. I was never told because the architect had presented the plans. And they went through all of the inspections of the case as well as the final inspection a year ago.
Yeah.
So I was very surprised when all of a sudden, one of your staff members was, walking around in my yard claiming I need a fence. When maybe this could have been done at the time, when you already have all the people involved and.
Well, I mean, did they
convenient.
actually close the pool permit without a fence?
Correct.
How's that possible?
That's my question.
That's,
Thanks. I do not know.
okay, so I don't, that's not us, that's the building department, so I don't know how they finalize a pool without a fence. But we have our board approval on 6/13/2022, so nothing has changed in
No,
so
no.
Are we just,
So the question is, if I need to put a fence, right? I would assume that you guys tell me where to put a fence because I do not know, and I'm not gonna just put a fence out of my fantasy. Because then you're gonna tell me it's wrong a year from now, and I'm not just gonna, you need specific directions, I think, I would assume,
well, I
right?
mean, I have a survey here with drawings on it. That's a part of the application that we actually, my signature is right here.
Yeah, no,
on
sir.
June 13th.
I'm gonna tell you. So that has nothing to do with the pool. That was myself who wanted to have a fence throughout the perimeter of the property as my own need or my own want to improve. Nothing about you guys requiring that particular fence. It was just me wanting to see if I could do it because I have dogs and children. And so my property faces Sixth Street or Sixth Avenue. And that is a traffic, street, but it wasn't something you required or you told me I had to do. It was just me. I don't need to do that fence. I don't intend to do that fence either. So if I need to have a fence for the safety, of,
Florida building code dictates that. I mean,
I was
it's
just
not
gonna say, I
us.
want to be clear that that's not a, fence is not a zoning, Biscayne Park zoning, it's
Mhm.
Florida building code. Nothing to do with that.
So, but the fence needs to go where? The reason why I'm here tonight is to understand where is it the fence? Because it's not the perimeter of the entire property, it's by the pool. So if I can just be told, hey, this is where you need the fence, I'm gonna hire a person to put the fence. I just need to know where it needs to go.
If you don't mind me asking, because this survey doesn't have the pool on it.
Mhm. You wanna know where the pool is? Sure.
Yeah.
Isn't
you
it
want me to-
next to the building, like if I remember correctly?
Well, there's two.
So there's two buildings. So the building to the left, the one that is closer, I don't know if it tells you the address, but the 11728, right? So it's a one-story building. The behind that building is where the pool is, literally behind in the middle of it. So what I thought you guys would need is a fence in between, like basically, I don't know, basically by the pool.
Like, so if it's right here, if you wanted to fence in just like this small area, you can. Like. Yeah. If that's what you want to do, if you want to make a bigger fence thing for dogs, you can do that. You may as well do it at one time. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, so you'd have to do at least these three sides to pin it in against the house. Well, is there a fence here? Okay,
Is it the one story?
yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
So can I ask you, can you just go back over there really quick? You've just used the term like another property, double lot. I mean, this is one big piece of property. There's
Yeah.
not two houses here. This is one house, with two buildings on it.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's no separation. There's not one has a separate,
Mm-mm.
this is all one property. with-
Well,
with two buildings.
It's a double lot, right? It's 11 or 12,000 square feet. I don't know how big it is.
Yeah, but unless it's legally separated, it's
No, no,
one
no.
piece of property.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
wanna
I
make
just
sure
don't
you
want to
keep-
do a whole,
You keep
like,
referencing it as like, it's like two different pieces of property, but.
no, 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 no.
So is it, I'm looking at the survey, David, it's it's below the one-story residence in that little area.
Where it says
Yeah.
metal shed, it's right.
Okay, that's kind of where I thought. So,
Mhm.
so if she wants to put a fence across the front, at the front corner, and then a fence around the back part of it, just to surround the pool, then
Yeah,
I'm okay with that too.
And that you just know that there can't be gaps in the fence for a kid to be able to crawl over and.
Can't
they
have any
to
climbing.
Closing, the self-closing doors.
Yeah. Well, that's why it says
Issue with-
self-closing doors on here.
If you just Google Florida building code, swimming pool fence requirements, which I just did.
Mhm.
it's PDF by the state.
okay.
They'll have all the requirements, because there are, like, they're getting at requirements about height of the latch to get into the pool. It's gotta be at a certain minimum height, it's self-closing,
Mhm.
it's gotta have a gate. There's very specific requirements.
Okay.
Before you just have anyone put a fence up.
Right.
And then you don't pass the inspection. with the building
Mhm.
department, I-
And so I appreciate it. So basically from here, all I need to do is just call somebody, or is there another step from this meeting for me to proceed with hiring?
We'll do a motion now, but we're gonna do it kind of like with the caveat of saying out loud where you're putting the lines.
Yeah.
Because this drawing is different. And then the building officials have to like issue the actual
permit.
permit, which
Okay.
might take a little while. But tomorrow you could hire a fencing company
Okay.
saying, hey, guys, like I need to put a pool fence here. I'm waiting for the permit. It just got approved by planning and zoning. And then they'll basically kind of take it over from there.
So they could come and install it next week, for example, or should they
As
wait
soon-
for the
as soon as
permit?
you have like the
Permit
paper,
at hand.
which shouldn't take that long.
Okay.
I assume.
But I also just want to, add on to what, Ed just said. There is the Florida Building Code and then there's also the Biscayne Park Building Code, and we do require a fence around the pool. I think the Florida Building Code would be satisfied with a cover on the pool or something like that, but, we actually, in our accessory, and I'm trying to find it as I'm talking to you, we do require a fence around the pool. So where she's requesting the fence, would satisfy a Biscayne Park, ordinance for that. So, so again, we already approved, a fence around the perimeter. She could just revise it and not do the part that's between the building and the 118th. Just the part that's just around that little area.
Yeah, so I was gonna propose, but basically change, so, motion to approve pending, handed of drawing showing the fences connecting the house directly to the south property fence line on both sides of the one-story residence.
Second.
David Scarlett on purpose, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
We're all good. I mean, we're just revising basically a permit that we already approved a year ago.
Mhm.
And she actually, if you look at the last page of the thing, it has all the requirements of Miami-Dade fence, horizontal planks, boards, already product approval information here.
Yeah, so what basically we just passed is if you want to print out this copy of this survey, or if you have a clean one that doesn't have this old fence on it, but you print it out and then just put highlighter, the two lines going down, and you bring it into, yeah, exactly. This and this, then bring it in, yeah, and then.
So she
Yeah.
has to provide an updated survey.
Yeah. And then we're good.
Well, no, just take,
Oh.
no, just take this drawing, white out this part. And just draw that line right there. And just resubmit it. Thank you. It's already been, need to sign it again. The gentleman that walked in actually is next on the agenda. We're going to order the agenda. Would be 5F 11143 Northeast 8th Avenue. Revisions to master permit, new drawings, the location of his HVAC condensing units. This game part. You have a drawing for us or you just, is it on the Dropbox? Cause it seems like you're just doing,
You're just moving a.
you're just moving an AC unit, right? Is that how I'm reading this?
What is that?
Hello.
I can hear you.
Good evening, members of the board. Here on behalf of Angel Sisaki. My name is Ricardo. I bet all of you know me for the multiple visits. So to answer your question, basically what has happened is that in the original plans, we had the three ACCUs on one side. So what has happened was we moved them to be closer to the air handling units.
So you have two on one side and one on the other side?
That is correct. I have the plans with me if you need to take a further look.
I mean, are they up close against the house? Are they part of the submitted?
One sec.
Then are you doing something with the septic tank too? Or septic field?
Basically, there's no change in the septic tank design, just move, and of course, the tank itself has not changed. It's just that we relocated in order for landscape design. So, but the drain field has not changed.
I mean, it's you can have your ACs on one side and on the other. I mean, it's.
The
I think
reason.
The concern was just access to your backyard, giving you clear. I don't think there's a rule saying everything has to be on one side. So is
The
there,
reason-
something on one of these drawings that I'm looking at that indicates the revision?
Page 33 of the PDF, P6.15. Those two on one side, one on the other, clouded.
Page 21 of 43 also has.
I'm sorry, Ed, give me the construction document drawing.
A6.15.
A6.1.
What I saw, there was an earlier one that shows it.
Yeah, there's a site plan.
Yeah, page 21, 43.
On the side of the house.
And then as far as the septic goes,
Please repeat, I'm sorry, what was that? Excuse me.
what was the issue with the septic? There's-
The,
Drain field, move the drain field.
no, the drain field remains, is that we relocated the tank. That, as I said earlier, the drain field does not change. No worries. And to,
And that's not really what we.
Main thing.
and to go back to why we were relocating the AC CU units was that being centralized, the thing is that if you move further, the AHU units, the air handling units, it's going to cause the AC CU units to run harder, and that's not what we want. So we decided to put them close proximity to the air handling units.
Motion to approve.
That was David and Ed. Yeah. All in favor, say aye. Aye. We're good.
Oh, anything else? Oh,
That-
of course.
Yeah. You brought your lucky pen. Good job. And next time, bring more papers.
Will do. So there's nothing else. I don't want
No.
to take more of your time. So
No.
No, you're approved.
approved? Perfect. All right. Thank you very much.
You should have led with the lucky pen. We wouldn't have had to look at all this.
The house is coming up. House is looking good. Hey, Murph's giving out pens, so I got an extra one up here if you want. Look, he's right there if you want a pen. I got right behind you, Murph. So, thank you, sir. Next will be building 6D, 750 Northeast 117th Street, new pool, Andrew Rosenberg and Sarah Montiero.
I did not bring a pen, but I brought myself.
All right.
Motion to deny.
So just, your lot coverage, you're at, 39%. You can go up to 50, that looks fine. The location. You're going in the back, you've got 11 foot to the side, 13 to the rear. Like a nice pool in the backyard. Your lot coverage and your setbacks are good. Any questions?
The only thing I would say is off of what you heard from the other ladies, make sure too that you get the fences to be up to code kind of while you're
Right.
doing this whole thing so that you don't. I don't know how she got her permit close, but
I would prefer to wait the year if that's okay.
okay.
Yeah, I have a question. I was trying to find online and I couldn't. We have a 3-foot CVS block fence today. I couldn't find anywhere online. Are we allowed to add on to that? Or do we need a new fence? Like, could we put a new fence in front of that? Is there anything speaking to that I could look at?
No, you can, I mean, so our fences can be block, they can be wood, they can be a combination of the both. So if you
Okay.
wanted to actually put wood on top of the block, you could,
Okay,
Or metal.
or metal, or I mean, you can do a design where it's a combination of wood, to meet the requirements.
okay,
The only thing that we would ask it would be that, from the front facade, that it matches. You don't-
Right,
you
right,
don't,
right.
like, It's not a hodgepodge of different
Right.
materials and construction, so.
gotcha.
If
Okay,
you're gonna do a design with a wood on top, on one side, you should have it on the other. As a continuous design.
Right.
basically.
You also can't take block all the way up. Oh, you could.
Yeah, and then have a gate.
But
so.
on the front too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a block, a wall is considered a, a fence too, but it would be, it would have all
Yeah,
the
we
same
wouldn't, we wouldn't do
would have all
block.
the same
but yeah,
setbacks as
Right.
a fence.
And if we wanted to do a fence further in on our yard, like up against that, instead of removing the block, is that possible as well?
In front of it, like in front of
Correct.
it facing the
Instead
street.
of demoing all of the.
Yeah, you could do that.
CBA, okay, gotcha.
You could put it in front of it, so,
Okay,
just on the side facing your neighbors, you couldn't go into
it's
your
gotta be the
neighbor's
fancy side,
yard.
yeah,
No.
okay.
Motion to approve.
David, Ed, all in favor, say aye. Aye,
Thank you very much.
sir. Motion carries.
That was.
Okay, next will be 6E, 821 Northeast 120th Street, installation temporary chain link fence or demolition. Entry gates, okay, yeah, so
16.
that's, BP 120 LLC. You here for that? Hey, how are you?
Good, thanks.
So it's all the way around the perimeter of the property
Correct.
with a gate in the front. Doesn't look like there's anything.
Who are these people talking? Huh? Yeah,
I
no,
hear
I've
it.
been wondering this for a while and I kept like looking up like, okay,
Is it somebody in the room or is it in the speakers?
through the speakers. It's been happening the whole meeting.
It's coming, yeah, there's people.
There's somebody speaking somewhere. I
Yeah.
just thought it was somebody in the back.
No, I've been kind of not trying to stop the meeting to deal with whatever.
It's actually,
It's just people.
I mean, we're just live streaming on YouTube. Is it, can they actually,
Part that I was confused by is there's only one participant, so I already checked that like visually, so I think there's like another window or tab open. Well, you watching Netflix or working in your job? You were very quick to deny there.
so we have a fence around the property. It's continuously all the way around on all.
Correct.
sides. Any,
Motion to approve?
all in favor, say aye. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, sir.
Sorry to interrupt.
This is the, you're taking that property down? That's good. Okay. Okay. Come
Yeah.
talk to us because
Not the non-compliant part.
such a non-compliant property that you might want to just come chat with us
Yeah.
prior to mate. Investing a lot of time and energy and drawings and architects and things like that. Okay, thanks, sir. All right, you got that right? David and Ned? Okay, next would be 6F, 867 Northeast 118th Street, new gravel driveway, Louis Moza. You figure out what it was? Okay, good evening, sir. All right, you're at 30% on your property.
It still happened.
Voices, you can hear them. Yeah.
Halloween was like last week.
There's somebody outside on the patio?
Oh, definitely on the
Ooh.
speakers.
This is where we.
Interesting.
Sorts of fraudulent activity. That.
Come back to the meeting.
Yeah. You're not a cop, are you? You have to say. All right. New gravel.
It sounds like you.
Is it our
Sounds
meeting?
like
Is
you,
it-
so
is
I
it
feel
me,
like
just like it's like an echo or something like
Old
that?
meeting that's playing because that's your voice in the background. And I heard Raphael's voice at one point, so.
Yeah,
Okay.
Do you like the sound of your voice?
That is bizarre. Can we just turn the volume? No, sorry for the ghost. Come on, let's get this over with. Raphael, think about it. We'll get him in a second. All right, so let's get back to, Samosa, I'm sorry. So it's a gravel driveway, in the swale and on the properties. He's got it. Good calculation.
Yeah.
Wow, you really
Who did all
this out. Some geometry.
I did that, yeah.
Um. So is there a detail on what is the gravel? What type of gravel? What's the color? And also, okay, I see the borders here at the very last drawing. Is there a dimension on these borders? System.
Yeah, the property right now has gravel. So it would be the same gravel that it has. And it's basically adding the perimeter to it.
So is the existing driveway this shape around?
Yes, that is correct.
You're literally just adding the border. is what
Just the
you're
borders.
Motion to approve.
But what is the gravel though? I mean, this is not just like surrounding river or, road rock with a border, is it? Cause we do have rules on gravel now.
It's fun.
I hear Scarlett.
You don't happen to have any photos of that?
Here.
Oh. did we get- the front of the house?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh, man.
Thank you.
It's apart.
Yeah. Yeah, I do, you know.
Your plans for it.
Well, it's I don't have anything in mind yet in regards. I love it. To be honest. I
So,
have a lot of
I-
people
And are you,
asking for it. But I haven't really,
So there's,
jumped to that.
so there's like, it's not really a driveway. It's all,
Yeah, no.
and are you gonna have a driveway that goes to the garage?
So right now, the house, the existing driveway that is in the survey is exactly the same thing. No change in the driveway.
The problem is that right now, what you really have is like,
Grass with some gravel. in it.
yeah, it's not really like a gravel driveway. It's like a deteriorated few pebbles, like it's not really a gravel driveway, you're adding a border. It's kind of-
Right, so that's why it will be the gravel that you have specified in the brochure.
That's what
That-
we're asking. You're
yes.
saying, oh, it's just the gravel that's there. but
No.
gravel's there.
No, you have in the brochure that was provided to everyone. It says diameter of 3/8 or to 3/4 crushed limestone is not allowed, so it won't be that. But also in the notification that I received, it says that the gravel could be basically gravel surface shall have a finished top layer of dense gray gravel such as pea gravel, Jersey Shore gravel.
So there
So-
are options. We're asking what you're doing. So for us to
So
approve the application, we want to know it's gonna be whatever those options were, Jersey, River Rock, whatever.
right, so it will be the white gravel that will be that's the maintenance part of the request because it already has gravel, but it needs to be worked out and put some gravel. The work really is in the perimeter, right? Because it doesn't have a perimeter. It has a perimeter, it has some of it in the entrance to the garage. That was there originally. So, but since it's gonna happen on the other rest of the driveway, I might as well just do that one as well. So,
'cause, I mean, I don't see anything in this picture that's reusable. Or even
But no,
recognizable.
it sounds like he's going.
understand the
he
problem with it.
Recognizes he's gonna put more gravel and fill it in properly. So I'm just trying to pin him down as to what gravel that's going to be.
Well, yeah, we need to,
He's got the by subtraction. It's not gonna be.
Oh, I know, trying to whittle him
Right.
down to a real.
right,
option.
and it's specified the type of gravel that is allowed.
There are, yeah, but there are multiple kinds that are.
Right.
allowed. So we're trying to pin down what is the kind that we're gonna use.
Right, so the one that I'm looking for is white gravel that will fit the description of the requirements.
But that's
Problem is what we don't want it to be is like
road rock.
Seven Rock, which is white.
Yeah, right, no.
Construction, roll
No.
off area.
And by all means, when I came to ask for all the applications, I asked, what particular specification of the gravel, they mentioned to me that, the building department will shine some more information regarding to that. You're right. So I did a search in online and, try to pick and match. And what I looked like, white gravel, that will fit, I saw a few of those options, right? So basically, right now, the property is not black gravel, is not gray gravel, is white gravel. There is a little bit of grass, like you mentioned. So that will be clean, and then, white gravel as it is, which is not white, but it is like gravel, right? Meeting those specifications.
I mean, it would just be easier if we, like had a picture of some gravel or just something that we could actually reference, because right now we're just kind of white gravel,
But this one of the things that we can approve pending Rafael / him email it to the thing, we can give you the authority to approve the gravel color.
Yeah, but we just want to make sure, huh? Well, you are placing a new driveway in the footprint of the existing driveway. This is a brand new gravel driveway.
No, there is an existing, driveway right now with gravel,
He's improving
right?
the existing driveway, adding the perimeter curbs that are required that he doesn't currently have, and adding gravel where it's a little bit low on gravel.
He's making the shapes on the drawing.
Which is what's there now, but yes.
Yeah.
So for zoning, we are concerned with the location, the borders, and the gravel.
Yeah.
Now, how it's built, and that's up to our building department, who just approved a pool without a fence. I don't know
Yeah,
what happened there, but that's really up to them to make sure this thing is built in a competent way that,
I wasn't discussing that. I'm just talking about he's here.
Yeah.
He's gonna put the board.
no, but he keeps bringing up the fact that it's
Sinking, yeah, we don't care.
brand new gravel driveway.
Yeah, but we're
They need to put a driveway in that meets our requirements. Okay, so
So motion to approve pending post-meeting approval of, gravel color by DH.
yeah, it can be white, but it just has to be,
You can submit to Rafael, who stands in the chair, picture and maybe a name and description of the gravel you're going to. So that we know
Okay.
what we're approving, and it's not just, don't worry, it'll be good gravel.
Right.
Physical, when it doesn't end up being that, we can hold you to it and say, remember this picture and this is.
whoever the building department.
Yeah, I didn't think of bringing a sample because, in the specifications, it says basically you can use either one of these types.
Yeah.
And I figure as long as it's one of the types, I'm good. So I didn't think of,
Not the paint option. for paint
Right.
permit. Oh, it's painted.
okay,
So you're gonna submit it to the building department. Raphael's not gonna be with the building department.
Okay.
Any further, we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, the building department. So,
Second.
all right, that was, David and then Ed, or David and Scarlett, I'm sorry. All in favor, say aye. Aye. So you're approved pending a sample of your gravel.
all right. And, should that, just a picture, or do you want me to bring a sample in a bag or something like?
That would have been the easiest one tonight, would have been
Yeah,
a sample
we-
of the back.
if,
But if you could just download a picture off of a gravel supply warehouse company website,
okay,
and say this is the material, and to submit it to the OpenGov website.
okay,
They'll send it to me, and we'll just take a look at it and make sure it's okay.
okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Next on the agenda will be J, no. J, 6J. 11528 Griffin Boulevard, re-roof tile and flat roof, Richard Eater. Okay. He's above it, but I just called it in, so we'll go back up to. So Murphy, are you here for Richard Eater? Okay. doing, J, 11528 Griffin Boulevard. Okay, I can't even tell what kind of roof it is yet. Oh, it's a flat tile? Oh, here it is. Okay, Sterling, readily available, flat concrete tile. The very last page, basically.
Yeah. And right now, it's just like the normal barrel tile. Motion to approve?
David Scarlett, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, David Twitchell, I think he came in. Okay, so he's on the agenda. 6H 11123 Northeast 8th Avenue, kitchen alteration skylight, David Twitchell. The second, third. So this is an interior remodel. Are you doing anything to the exterior of the structure?
Only the skylight.
Skylight. And this is in the rear of the house,
Correct,
and it's just skylight.
correct.
Okay.
Motion to approve?
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Thank you.
You're good, sir. Thank you. All right, that was David Scarlett. Next will be, 6L 11865 Northeast 8th Avenue, re-roof tile to metal, Michelle Newman. Another Murphy. Let's put it here. Does that say bone white? Is that what that is, Dennis? Yeah, bone white. Okay, fine.
Parentheses, regal white.
Regal white, okay.
Yeah.
I see a 20-something overhang. Lots of overhangs, lots of fascia. And then do you have the documentation? 24-inch with the, how much is that fascia? I mean, it's pretty thick. It looks like it's a rounded up. And that's all the way around the perimeter? Okay, I have a signed document. It looks like it's just a hip roof. You have pictures and it's white. Any questions?
Motion to approve?
Bone white. David Scarlett again. Huh?
Bone white.
Oh, white, okay. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. You're good, Murph. Thank you. All right, so we have the 3 walk-ins, right? Okay.
Didn't catch all the addresses the first time you read through them.
Can you wait till the end? Please, thanks. Okay, we're gonna go with 7B, Low Bear, 11328 Northeast 7th Avenue. Okay, so just from what I understand, there was an application for a variance. They were told that they were supposed to be on the agenda tonight. We never did get an application for the actual pool to deny, so we have no idea what we're looking at, but do we,
I have a drawing.
you have a drawing?
Yep.
Okay.
Is that helpful?
Let's go stand right there in front of Scarlett. and
Okay.
We'll all look at.
This was a pool variance?
We're gonna be discussing. But it's not today on the agenda. So when these situations happen, you always ask the resident to talk to us, because it's a very, you understand that the street here, it's the front setback, the side setback. So if you're not allowed to go calculation. Do you have, the full survey? Yeah, no, it's smart to do this. Corner lot. We can have a backyard, two side gardens. What's that? Painted back here. Okay, it's another option. Side.
So this is yours, right? Yeah. So what's this? This is your drain fields?
I mean, my first reaction would be that's not something to rule out.
Yeah. Well, you'd like to put it here.
Because you can literally move the drain field, put the pool in the allowable areas. Okay, I'm just saying, I'm just throwing out, like, you know, it's not like, you know, you have 10 foot here, 10 foot here, it's, you actually do it.
So, like, yeah, that's what I was gonna say, is so, what I would say is when you go in front of the commission, is to address, like, say that early on in the process, hey, look, you would have to redo all of the plumbing in the house.
I think what we're getting at is from the commission's point of view, the fact that you have a drain field there existing isn't necessarily a justification for the variance. They'll say to you, move your drain field, right? You have the option, take some work, but it can be done, right? So we're just kind of prepping you for the comment you're gonna get from the commissioners, yeah.
That's a common work on this too, because we have, you know, the way this variance is, we voted on it first, we're just making a recommendation to the village commission, will ultimately make the decision. We just make recommendations, so we're asking you the top questions that we voted on. So you're asking for a 5-foot setback to the property line, so you're actually asking for what is the setback here, from here to the property line. 30 feet, 30.
Is that your front or your driveway's your front? Like, where's your front door? So it's off 7th Ave. Yeah, I'm just understanding. So you're putting it in your secondary front, not as primary.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, primary front view probably.
That's what I thought he was trying to put it in front of his front door. That's why I was asking. It's the side, got it. Okay.
As you know, there's a lot of fun ones, a lot of people. Kind of the same issue, very, over the years, it's been very, generous, you know, allowing things like this to happen. Again, my question would be, you know, automatically not able to put it in the process context. Okay, but we did do this. Yeah, we did this. But when you did the addition, did you know you wanted to put a pool in eventually? No. And you put the drain field right where you needed to put a pool? No, we didn't know that. Okay, so I'm just, you know, you created that situation by not, you know, when you did the addition.
Yeah,
So-
there was a drain field. there
So
before.
is this 30 feet? So you're,
You know, if this is 30 feet from.
I mean,
here to there?
it probably is, most of them are typically,
30? Well,
you know, I'm just
It's
saying,
a-
you right now, you have a
it's a-
30-foot to the house to the property line, 30 feet.
Okay, so from here to water line for 9, then we have 10, 49, and then, one. Like 20 something.
Okay, so the question would be, your, whatever this is, you're gonna be asking for that number minus 5. So you're gonna ask for 25 feet into the surprise from the setback. You understand what I'm saying? So the way it works is you always say, okay, you're not saying I want 5 feet from the property line, you wanna have encroach into the side setback 25 feet, whatever it is, whatever it's gonna be. develop?
I'm not sure. Why are we encroaching by 25 feet?
Because that's the way that you write that's the way. You have a 30-foot.
Oh, understood. Okay.
But
I'm
you're
now
saying
with
we
you.
want to come out 25 feet
Yeah.
into that 30
Yes,
setback.
now I'm with you.
Okay.
Got it.
So that's why I was asking what that setback is.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now you're asking for roughly 25 feet. Okay, so that's your request for variance. You're not asking any variance here,
No,
and you're not asking any variance in the front.
no.
So it's just the side.
Yeah.
So,
We have the overhead overline here. So we are only 6 feet away.
okay,
I know it's 10, to be 10, that's why we are asking for the 6.
okay, and then the pool is gonna be 10 feet wide?
Yeah, 10 feet by 26.
Okay. Because the other thing too that you have to do is you are allowed to have a fence.
Yeah.
So 5 foot.
Yeah.
Pool fence, right? 5
40
feet,
inches.
40,
Match at
4 feet,
54.
4 feet. So you're allowed to have current in our code, you can have a 4-foot fence at 3 feet. So if you're 5 feet, then you have 2 feet between the the fence and the pool line. So if you were gonna go down this route, you might wanna say, okay, well, that's kind of close. That's where you could legally put that fence. Now, if you wanted something else, you'd have to ask for a variance for the fence also.
So you're saying we can put the fence 3 feet from the road?
3 feet,
Property
no,
line.
3 feet property line.
3 feet from the property line. Okay.
At
This
four-
is
at
property
4 feet tall.
We're talking about property line here.
Yeah.
So legally, right now, you could, with a corner lot, you can go 3 feet in, 4 feet high. So you don't need a variance for that. You could build it. You could ask for a permit. We could arrange it. But where you're asking for the pool right now is only gonna be 2 feet from that fence.
Right.
So the question would then become, do you want to get a variance for the fence and push the fence out? Which is gonna ratchet up your questionableness about, is this the minimal variance? Or, now all of a sudden they want to push the fence out to the property line and, understanding the code, could they make the pool smaller or not as narrow, more of a lap pool or something like that? Cause that's one of the questions is the variance requested the minimum variance.
Yeah, and so we did, it's already pretty narrow. It's really for the foundation of the home, but the pool company is advising that we go further into this way
Okay.
because of the foundation and how old
Okay.
the home is.
Yeah. So, then it also becomes, well, if that's the case, can't this entire pool be slid back and you go into your rear setback? So you're not so close to the front of the house, and you become more of a square pool in this area. So, and that's a design issue and I don't really want to get into it. I'm just letting you know that right now, if you're gonna ask for that variance, you might, the next question is gonna be, what are you gonna do about fencing? And you're gonna need to put a fence around it.
Yeah.
And so.
Are you comfortable with a 2-foot
Could you, a 2-foot
space
setback
from water edge to the fence?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, okay, then.
We also have a line of collusion, so it's gonna be the collusion and the fence is gonna be very well protected from the road.
No, it's more for the space around your pool.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very narrow, but if you're
We-
fine
we
with 2
understand
foot,
it's
then.
tight to begin with,
Yeah.
so we're just trying to make it work. My only thing that I would mention, if we push back this way, you're actually asking for a variance towards the neighbor, whereas here you don't have a neighbor. I don't know if that matters, but
Yeah, no, I'm just,
clearly.
but if you're using the foundation of your house as an excuse for this, I'm just saying you could move it away from the house a little bit.
But again, it sounds like he doesn't mind the 2-foot.
Okay,
No,
then if
so
that, then there's not,
don't worry.
I just wanted to make it aware. So
Yeah,
that you
you're
don't go
bringing
all
up the
way-
fence
you don't
issue
go
now.
through This entire variance process and go, oh my God, my fence is 2 feet from the water line.
Yeah.
On one side.
I understand.
Alright. So it's necessary for the enjoyment of the property, the minimum variance. Is this the minimum size pool that you could, or the minimum that you're asking to get into the property, the setback? I mean, it's a normal size pool. I don't think it's anything.
Was it 8 by 24? Is it?
Yeah.
It's
10
by 24, so this is 10 by 20, so it's about 10.5 feet, less the width.
It's not detrimental to the public welfare and.
Are you aware of what he's reciting, the 4 points?
You filled out the
You already have
application,
that?
you should know the 4 points.
Yeah.
And you should have answered all the 4 points.
No, we didn't do, so that's the part that we were told we had to do that, but we were told to come here.
Yeah,
Okay.
which is good. But have you seen the 4 points yet?
Heard about.
Okay, so that's what he's reciting in
so then-
case you didn't.
You
Well, I wanna
haven't
make sure he
actually
knew.
Applied for the variance because you would have filled out the 4 points.
So what was that
Okay,
charge?
you're just, I don't know.
$375.
But
I do. have a
they were,
variance.
they were told that you, we always say, come here and talk to us and have these conversations right
Yeah,
now.
and I understand.
Yeah.
I'm just telling
And,
you what they told me.
okay, I
We
don't
do have
know.
a variance permit application.
We do.
for it.
Yeah. But
So
the thing
someone
is
was applied to
when you
this.
applied for that variance, you should have filled out the 4 points of the variance.
Again.
Or someone should have asked you
Or-
for it
yeah,
if you didn't
this-
know.
This
but-
application's not complete or.
Yes.
Anyways, I just wanted to know if he was making reference to something
Yeah,
that
no,
maybe
I
you
was
didn't know
aware.
what the hell he
I
was
was aware.
making reference to. That's why I wanted to be clear that.
You have to meet all 4 points.
Yep.
In order to be considered for the variance.
Okay.
So, and then
So the 4 points are some special
circumstance.
circumstance about your property that it's the minimum variance that you could get and still have, enjoy the rights to your property. No no risk to the public harm. I don't know.
The fourth is.
They get you in the minimum, right? Because that's pretty subjective. Like so you say, well, minimum for me is 10 by 26, and they say, well, we think minimum is
Would
a
it- would it
8
be-
by 20,
would it be
whatever.
helpful to Show the first couple sizes that we played around with and got to this point to try to get. to
I
this.
wouldn't because now you're giving them the ability to argue over this.
Yeah, I don't know that I would show them alternatives because,
Well, no.
No, they're bigger.
Bigger, yeah,
You're
right.
shows to us. Whatever you're
Yeah.
showing us is what goes up to them.
yeah, well, we're just giving him,
Yeah.
we're just giving him advice as to what to show us, which then gets shown to them, right?
So third special circumstances, variance is necessary for the preservation.
Okay.
Variance is not detriment to public harm, and then the variance is the minimum variance. That's the minimum size that you're asking for. For the reasonable, it's for the reasonable use of your property. So is reasonable use a 10 by 24 pool, 26 or 26, or is it an 8 by 20? Pool?
Yeah.
What's reasonable enjoyment? So that's.
Or no.
So, or no, there is
So use your house
saying
as a pool.
it's not having a pool or having a pool. Are you being deprived by the reasonable use of your property by having or not having a pool? But that's a whole nother ball again. We've been very, accepting the pool.
Yeah, it's like fashion, just come in confident and with all of your answers, and then if you
It's
have
all
to
very
negotiate,
acceptable.
yeah, you have to negotiate, you negotiate.
Okay,
So,
so what are the next steps?
so the next step is to come up to what you want, do an application for the pool, get on our next agenda.
But it sounds like he already submitted surveys and stuff like that, we just
Yeah,
don't.
we did.
see it.
No, you've not submitted an application for a pool. I asked you that before the meeting.
Because,
No pool.
be-
Yeah,
because
so-
by the way, you have to get rejected
You
by
have to
the
get
board
rejected,
first.
So you have to apply for a pool.
Yes.
So an application for the pool, well, no, all you need is just a survey with a pool location
Yeah.
and an application.
Yeah, we don't want you to do a full pool
You don't have to
design
do
that
a-
may
you
not
don't
get
have to design
approved.
it.
So we just want a site plan. But it's not the variance application. It's just an application for a pool that's gonna come before us and then get rejected because it doesn't meet the setbacks. And once it's rejected, then you can apply for the variance.
And they both can be on the same meeting. Okay. So
Yeah,
you can actually
no.
be anticipating that we're gonna reject it. And you can have on the agenda your variance request.
I think that's probably what she thought she was doing here and just skip the idea of you actually.
Yeah. So you should, they do this all the time.
What's the variance fee?
$375?
$75.
Well, no, if it was 325, that'd be like, oh, you pay for both, but.
Yeah.
If it's-
Oh, I hear you. Yeah.
So usually there's a site, there's a site plan.
You've already paid.
The site plan obviously clearly has to show what like the property line and the setbacks that you're proposing. If you're gonna claim, oh, there's no house in front, maybe your site plan shows the fact that there's no house in front by showing the parkway,
Yeah.
right? And then usually a narrative that has your responses to the 4 points.
Got it. Okay, so we have to go back and now apply for another permit, right?
You actually have to apply for, it, like you're doing a building.
But not another variance permit.
No, you've already done that. Okay. So they both should be on the same agenda for the next meeting.
And then you'll come here, your normal application will get rejected. The variance, we'll have a discussion. We'll take a vote, we're just voting on what we'll recommend to the commissioners, and then you'll have a special commission hearing and then they decide.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, that was 7B variance. Question.
You've been here since like 5:30, right?
Yeah, 5 o'clock, yeah.
You-
Okay, next, well, we're gonna talk to him right now. 7C Camboa, 11505 4 Northeast 11th Place.
Oh, he was like Forrest Gump. He was sitting out here on the bench.
It's right here. So you just want to do the trim brown.
Right, because I already got approved for the other color, the main house, the color, which is beige.
So the other one is beige, which was a pre-approved color, right?
Right, yes.
So this is a,
To trim the fascia, the door, just to do a little bit of contrast, that's all.
all right, can I get this motion to move this to 6M?
Motion to move to 6M with the same address.
Second,
All right, so we moved this to an agenda item. You guys want to see it? It's brown,
believe him.
brown. Okay. Motion to
approve.
Second.
all in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, motion carries. So you're good, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
I gotta go cook for the family.
Yeah, and then I went by with the kids on their bikes. We don't typically like sitting on the bench here, and I was like, bro, our meeting's not for an hour.
I mean, yeah. We try not to, but sometimes you have to. Yeah, so that's why there was a motion to move it to the agenda item. I think David and Scarlett?
Yeah.
So we moved it to 6M. Yeah, and then we approved it. All right, another discussion item. Rojas, 515 Northeast 150th Street. This is a discussion on metal roofs. Okay, Murphy, you're gonna hold this. Yeah. All right, so do you have anything to show us or, okay?
Yes, I do.
So this was a metal roof that we denied based on the overhang surrounding the perimeter of the roof. And, Rojas, I think has come up with a solution.
Really, it was only the gabled edges, right? Like the
Yeah,
other side,
their perimeter, yeah.
the intolerances.
Right. So I got this one to.
No, this is just a discussion at this point. We're not doing it.
Yeah, but he wants to show us stuff, right?
Okay, no, yeah, you can show us this. It's a discussion item, so.
Like a drip edge at the end.
So what's the difference? It's just 8 or 4?
4, yeah. 4 plus the furring.
Do you have a preference?
No, I mean, whatever, what we prefer. I think I prefer this one.
I mean, to me, I mean, not being hurricane guys, but to me, that seems like a slightly
So
more
let me kind of
structural.
Yeah.
talk to you as a board here. So, this has always been kind of like a weird thing is the gabled end of these houses and requiring the perimeter around the gables. When we denied them, I, really just kind of started thinking about it and it was like, I think that's something that maybe we as a board should maybe reconsider some of these options because it does, I think the idea is to have that continuous fascia around the perimeter of the structure.
Of it not look like a warehouse.
Yeah, and not just like a modern or a commercial type of thing. So, the perimeter, what I'm gonna suggest is we're changing our tune a little bit. The perimeter is referring to the pitched part of the roof. Okay, so if we wanted to interpret it as the pitched part of the roof, we could look at the gabled part. There was another part of the code, hold on. Hold on. there was another part that gives the board, as long, you know, a little latitude. Oh, the details and color and manner of installation shall be consistent with the architectural design style and composition of the residential commercial structure. So consistent with the architectural design style, style and composition of the residential structure. So, meaning, I think that, you know, we've been sticking to the overhang part of the code, but does a overhang on the gabled end really stay within the consistent architectural design and style? You kind of see where I'm going with this one? Like, it's not that, it's, you know, I don't know if I, you know, I don't want to say that we're doing it because it's cheaper or it's less, it's not as hard. Because if it was made, this code was made to make it not easy to get a metal roof, because there's certain houses in this park that would look like hell without a metal roof.
Without or with a?
With a metal roof, I'm sorry, with a metal roof. Sorry. But we've always run into that gable question, the ends of the thing. We're not saying anything, you still need your overhang, you still need your fascia, you know, but it's, do we want to maybe pitch away from, or move away from the gable having that 12 or 18-inch overhang because of the architectural style of the structure? What do we feel as a board on that?
As a board aesthetically, I don't mind the home that doesn't have the overhang on all sides. I just don't know how you get around the pretty blunt language of the zoning code that says around the entire perimeter.
Well, I think
Those
what
are the words, the
what he was-
entire perimeter.
What he was saying is you have existing houses and some that are being built. Maybe it's easier to accommodate the code references to the ones that are being built. But to his point, and then one of the points I had made up, I was reluctant to stand out 18 inches and create this appendage on the side of the house where it's the weakest part of the roof. So there's where, you know, if I understood the aesthetic value of beefing up the end, I came up with these two alternatives, and if you ask me, answer your question, which one of the two I would prefer this one, because it's like you said, it's easier to tie to the rest of the roof. It's easier for constructability purposes.
One of those has an 8-inch, doesn't even meet the requirement, right, which is 12 or 18.
Right, neither one of these are gonna.
None of those will meet the requirement.
Right. They're not gonna meet the literal.
Yeah, so why would we bother making you build it up just to do something that's still not meeting the code?
Because I think aesthetically, it's that flat metal on concrete with just a drip edge that that the aesthetically trying to avoid. So with this, you're at least providing a little bit of a detailed relief overhang, you know, the continuation of the fascia around the perimeter.
If we wanted to change the code to adjust gabling, how long and pain in the ass is that? Like how many years?
It took us 2 years to get the thing. And I wouldn't even want to like go near the commission with this, I'm sorry. Because we would end up with some other stuff that we probably do not want to open a can of worms on. But I think that the code, yes, Ed, you're correct. It is very stringent on that perimeter, but I'm also wondering if that is.
We vote in a way that where we forgot about the word all.
Entire, it's not even all, the entire.
Okay, so if we forgot about that word entire, because entire is a confusing word, right? But if we forgot about that and we voted in one way that happened to not necessarily be the way that the code says the word entire, if somebody else doesn't come back to complain about it, like what's the if it's voted for approval, then what's the issue coming back later?
But look at number 4, Ed. I mean, that's where I was.
Oh, I get
I
that you're
think
going
it's-
for something that is subjective, right? But then
But the portion in sector 6 and 7 are talking about the pitch part of the it's just the gables that is.
So, just to go back to either of these ones, would he still have to get a variance?
There's no variance. Roof, it's an iron tight.
Which kind of works in his advantage. That's why I'm saying if if a board voted to approve something, right, then the only way that it would ever get yelled at if it was going against the code would be if another resident complained, or like, I don't understand, I guess, what the issue or potential kind of fallback or anything like that would happen prior to the permit being officially issued. Like if we all voted to let somebody make their house neon pink.
No, I mean, we're basically, it's the way that we are interpreting this code as a board, you know, it would be, do we continue to stick with the entire perimeter, or do we want to have a little,
That's our,
being able to have a little leeway as far as a board to say, on this structure, on the way it is designed, he's got the overhangs on the front that face the street. This is the side that kind of faces the street, actually. But, is it both or just the gripping side?
It's on, the house goes east to west.
Yeah.
So it's on the Sixth Avenue side, you have one gable, and then you have the other two on the Griffin side.
but in both of them, it's more than 30 feet away from the road because of the layout of the lot. Yeah, you can't see either side really.
Then,
Unless you-
does the code distinguish between new and old, new and existing?
There's new roof.
It's just new, cause they just.
You're putting a
New metal roof, so going from a tile to a metal isn't gonna be a new metal. You had an existing metal roof before
Does
2015, and it
does-
didn't comply, you're okay, but
Does
new roof.
the harmonious part of our code that is much higher up in chapter, is there any part of that then it supersede parts of chapters that are aesthetic based later on? Because like that's our kind of trump card for trying to stop people from making 30-foot tall garages or whatever. But so is it something where, because harmonious is referenced earlier on in the code, we can say, hey, yes, this is harmonious as part of the code, and so.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that we can.
To extend the picture further out, that is very economically done, but to extend the eave. Okay, we're making some space that looks like it's a pool deck. And we're exposing the building to a new system that is maybe.
We have made people do that.
And it
We've had
looks great,
applicants,
and actually,
we've had applicants who we've made and they've done it. What happens when they come back and say, oh, why did I have to pay for that? Some guy down, 6 months later, you decided to interpret things differently.
but the thing is that it's something that is continually coming up. It's not like it's like something that happens every 5 years. It's like metal roofs are very popular and they're here. And, it's
My thought too is, correct me if I'm wrong, but metal roofs in general, like, it's not as if it's a added liability at all to like neighbors or anything else like that, right? Like from a degree of safety for everybody that's around, there's no step down from metal roofs, right? But so the way that I think about it is, if right now we had the ability to go through and change the code and have the code reissued and it was done by the next meeting, then we would be changing the code. That's the reason why we don't want to approach that, is it took 3 years to get anything changed before, right?
Question. Historic, I mean, these things have to have a benefit, right? So what was the thought process when they thought about the overhangs?
Well, I was on the board that actually rewrote it.
That's the
So,
thing.
so, you could go down, I think it's 103rd Street, and you could see, you'll look to the left, you'll see a house with overhangs with a metal roof. It looks great. You can see a house next to it on the other side that has metal roof and no overhangs, and it looks like hell, and so So when we were designing the code, we realized that there are houses in the park that would look like mobile homes if they put a metal roof on, because there's zero overhangs.
Right.
So in our, it took 6 months to even write the code. I mean, it was multiple meetings and, a lot of workshops and, it wasn't something that just we arbitrarily pulled out.
Right.
We even were going around and doing studies where we took pictures of what's the characteristic of this house compared to this house, and why does this house look good? Oh, this house has overhang. That doesn't have overhangs. We had architects come in and talk to us. We had realtors. I mean, it was a long, well drawn out process. And in crafting the ordinance, we realized that overhangs were the things that would make the roofs more uniform within the, and that's how it came. Like I have no overhang on my house. I wouldn't be able to put a metal roof on my house.
Right.
We realized writing the code that certain people would not be able to do it, automatically. So
And changing that.
it's not,
So many opinions on.
and then next thing you know, that's gonna get
aesthetics of
change.
roofs.
Yeah, we redid our construction code and it took 2 years and, every commissioner becomes an architectural expert at the time and even though it's not their field of expertise, they all of a sudden become expertise and they have to, but that's what they're elected for. I mean, it's kind of what it is. So changing a code is kind of the last resort. But the question is, and the reason he's here is throwing out a change of interpretation, and would our board be something that we would consider or something that we want to continue down our strict application of where we're at and what the thoughts are.
Yeah, I see it as being.
And I know he's sitting right here,
Yeah.
so we want to be nice to him, but also, we can still remain committed to it. I'm kind of gray on it because I see it as an issue.
My only question, so I'm all for our ability to craft and use the word harmonious, and that's why we're here, and if we don't, if the city doesn't trust us, then they can come and run for the seats and take the seats, it's not like it's an elected official. But the way that I see it is just the part that I don't understand is if we say, oh, okay, yes, you're good to go, right? Then, what kind of, I guess, outside problem could exist in the permitting and construction process of if another citizen complains, would they purely be complaining for their own application towards their own house? Or is there anything that they could do to then block or try and stop somebody else doing something to their house?
Well, let me ask you this. I mean, but here's the thing. What the difference. He's willing to put 8 inches. The minimum that we have on here is 12 inches. So we're talking about 4 inches here.
No, I understand, but you didn't care about that 4 inches. Why did you, as a member of the board that put this in, put 12 inches? Just say overhang. Needs to have some overhang. You guys felt like 12 was the minimum or 18 was the minimum based on the pitch, right?
Yeah.
I personally don't.
Inflation.
It's about whether it has an overhang. Aesthetically, I'm fine with it. But code is there's no wiggle room there. It's so crystal clear. You help this gentleman out, the next person comes, maybe their house we think isn't appropriate, but then they say, well, why'd you let that guy? It's just, I think it's a can of worms. And the harmonious thing, we use that, but not to contradict something that is clear as day in the zoning code. We use it when it's ambiguous, and then we get to fall back on that to make a decision. It's unambiguous.
So not that it's the case here, not that it's the case, but let's say you had a store that didn't have an overhang, that had a metal roof. Is that addressed in your code?
It is, yeah. Homes before 2015 that had a metal roof before that didn't have overhangs, they're allowed to.
Well, I think there's 3 houses that.
Yeah, I'm not saying there's a lot.
Your grandfather did.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a lot, but it's literally in the code that there is a caveat.
Yeah.
On or before August 1st, 2015.
So that house, when it does a re-roof, and
It
it
would
could
have
go
to-
back to,
it-
it'd be allowed to go back to metal.
Because they are specifically grandfathered in, yeah. Well, which would be good luck on our part trying to tag that those 3 structures are.
That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, once, I think I'm the only one that's been here since 2015, so once I'm out the door, forget about it, it's a free-for-all, But an example would be somebody actually put a house over on 11th Street, 11th Court, that's shaped like tile, metal shaped like tile, and it never came to planning board, it got approved, everybody went crazy, so they're actually it's one of the grandfathered houses in the park that actually, but they would not be able to be, I don't think they would be able to put back that metal roof again. So,
So you're trying to create these overhangs to sort of pacify the board and slide through, but they've got 8 inches. Can you not make it 12? I mean, that's what the minimum code is. What's another 4? What's that? Extending the gables. That's what we've been discussing for the past.
so these are just a bunch of 2x6s.
You're just putting blocking on the side.
No, it would be like a
Putting
form.
2x4, 2x6 blocking. It's just building out the
That's
fascia.
pretty much the what we've been.
Right.
Yeah. Cost is not.
Well, the other,
So basically what you're asking here is what we've been asking people to do, is basically extend it out by using a vertical joist. But
the only thing is that going up to, I mean, even the 8 inches, I kind of like, if I didn't really had to, I wouldn't, because I don't think it's gonna look good. I mean, I have an interior gable that's with two elevation changes. That's gonna look kind of weird, and it's gonna have this funky underneath space that's difficult to flash. So, I mean, listen, I don't know if I don't know that I would go out, put 12 inches, or actually, I think mine needs to be 18 inches. So I really want to match it. I have 18 inches around everywhere else, and that's gonna be like,
Hoping you didn't.
yeah. So,
It sounds like you've got 3 members of the board that are more amenable to being flexible than the fourth, and that, majority would get you your approval, so.
The other part too that I'm just thinking on a macro thing is the amount of stuff that the state now is making decisions on, like I don't know if you've done any research to see if any of this type of stuff is.
Yeah.
in front of them.
Ordinances in the county for that. Yeah, they're preempting any aesthetic requirements that the local jurisdictions have to create these things.
Well, so what I'm
Hasn't
saying
gotten
is,
here yet though, but it's getting here in a lot of other things.
Yeah.
yeah, so that's why I'm saying it might be something where it's like, all right, well, I wait a year, wait 2 years to Tallahassee to make it so that we can't stop you from doing it.
Yeah,
That's happening.
enough
just-
metal roofing, manufacturers lobby the legislature.
Yeah.
You'll be in.
And then we'd have no overhang.
Yes,
At least now we can at least claim 8.
yeah. See, he's getting at least 6 inches.
By the way, total sidebar, but there was a little presentation here on Friday, like architect.
Yeah, I didn't even know about it until like
Yeah.
literally midday, somebody put
I
a
don't
thing out.
One of the 2 that spoke kind of did like the story and did a little bit of history of Biscayne Park. And the first planning board was established 2 years after incorporation. Whatever, 1927, whatever it was.
1933, so
Oh, yeah,
1935.
35, sorry. So back to this whole idea about when the board was established, whether it was for whatever arbitrary, planning here since 1935. I'm sorry, that's it.
I mean, it's the way our government runs, is that there's a board here that does it, but granted, when it started, it was, you wanna paint your house white or white, and,
No, but whatever the whole thing came up with the attorneys recently about how long the board has been established, if it predated.
oh, yeah,
that
that architectural thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were trying to sideline us.
That's why I'm bringing it up.
I'm not advocating ignoring our code, but I'm also advocating that we need to kind of be a little more flexible on certain things. So our code is, the metal part is 10.4.6. And it's, item number E, which is metal, and then it's number 4, which talks about the design details, color, manner, installation. And then the rest is, 5, 6, which it talks about the pitches.
Okay.
5, 6, and 7.
I guess the part that I'm curious that hasn't kind of gotten answered on is like, what liability do we as board members have if we say, okay, I'm voting this way, even if it says this?
I mean, what's the answer you're looking for? We're not gonna get thrown in jail.
I don't know. That's what I don't know. I don't know if somebody could be like.
Get
"Oh,
a bunch of angry residents when we start cherry picking parts of the code at certain times for certain applicants. what happens. And then I guess the commissioners get in a flack, then they remove the board. That's,
Some of the commissioners.
really wanna know what would happen.
Questioner to bring it back to us and say, hey, what do you, that could happen,
so.
But it's not something where somebody would sue me.
Exactly, so.
Oh, that's what I'm asking.
I mean, my position is not based on a consequence, it's based on like, read the code and we enforce it. Code is crystal clear, unfortunately. I don't even agree with this. Again, I personally have no problem aesthetically with not having the.
the building officials could even.
But here's an
come
example.
back and say, hey, planning, what are you doing? I know the code and this doesn't follow it. I mean, that, Pedro even did that to me for Alpha House.
But even if you look at the house,
Like wishful
look
thinking.
up here, like a house on 119th and 6th. It's like a contemporary with like, it has like a copper color roof on it. The roofs are like this. There's no overhangs, and the board at the time said this is a contemporary, more modern style house, and we approved it without the necessary overhangs, and I don't think we've gotten any, we haven't been thrown in jail yet since then. So, but we thought it matched the architectural design of the house, and that's kind of where that
Okay.
was referenced to. So,
Again, it sounds like you got a solid 3 votes. In an application, so. All it takes.
I would prefer more of the 8 than the 4, just because it makes it look like you made more of an effort to meet the code. So we're not voting on it today, we're just talking about it. So,
Right.
Yeah.
So just to
So
be
if you
clear,
want to come back in with another application,
we submitted, these, we uploaded them. I believe.
Again?
Yeah, just these details to the same application.
Okay.
Yeah. So, just to be clear, this one, if it's a favorable outcome, would be just a normal and as far as a drip edge at the end. This one, I was gonna wrap the whole end in metal all the way around, so I don't have a typical soffit. And it would be, like I said, but this would just be a regular drip edge.
I
And
think
then
that one
have a-
actually would have more of an overhang effect to it. Where,
Right, it would,
Yeah.
it would absolutely.
Okay. So,
Okay, so I'm gonna put both of them in there, just in case.
okay.
And then I guess if it's a favorable disposition, do I have to come back the day it comes up again for the board with the application?
You don't have to, but it's always nice,
Okay, no, I'll come.
especially with something that, that we're
And
starting,
debate it.
yeah. So.
Okay, I appreciate that. All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
He's gonna reapply and come back on for his roof to be reconsidered. There was no vote. It's just, it was a discussion item. All right, let's go back up to the order of our agenda. Do we have the minutes? He's done. Okay.
Have you come to the commission meeting and gave your?
Hold on, is there a problem with, is it leaking or is there?
No, I think what he's saying is that its lifespan is running out, and so before it gets to be a problem, someone should start taking.
Didn't they put a new shingle roof on it when they did the renovation like less than 10 years ago? But they but I think what they did
I
is
thought, I think they put.
put a piece of plywood on
Put
it.
sheathing on this, and then the shingles on the plywood sheathing. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, I have the minutes from our October 16th, 2023 meeting. Approved. Tables, tables. Approved, approved, approved. Approved and approved plans for 6A. Supposed to send to first. On that one. So there's not an actual vote here. Oh, there you go.
But this just shows that they actually did. Because we don't need to vote on it. Not like, then on this thing again?
Doesn't show a vote. 6K doesn't show a vote.
It
Motion
does say
was
that
made.
there was
It
a motion
says-
to
It
approve.
says motion to approve.
But it doesn't say what the vote was.
Yeah. Yeah, and six I had the same thing. But 6K was the one that I was.
Oh, so, but it was, okay.
Motion to approve.
Say aye, aye.
Let the record state that we.
Motions were, minutes were approved. All right, old business 5B, 1010 Northeast 118th Street, BPR 23-18, new deck and pergola, Zachary Stearns.
Pergola or is it front porch?
New deck and pergola. I think this is the one that we were confused about last time.
Clearly a front porch. Roof, elevated porch.
Yeah, because but if you look at the area of work, it shows it the back. Survey.
And this is
And on the
why,
front, it shows it as like a front porch.
this is why we denied it the last time.
Was anything submitted?
We're jumping to.
So there's, yeah, look at the very last.
I'll help. Go front porch.
Although that was from 10/26, so that was after our last meeting. So this is a new page, but
But they're still calling it.
Every architectural drawing, I mean, there's a site plan, right? Clearly shows it. On the front. So I just think the survey, probably the homeowner did it, didn't know top and bottom and. That's the drawings that clearly shows.
so Motion to approve pending updated and corrected survey showing work done on the front of the house.
I mean, the survey itself is
A2.
okay, it's just this stupid sketch that they would just take. If that sketch was out of the package, there'd be no confusion, right? Just remove it.
That's why I said, yeah, my motion.
Yeah, I'm just saying, because you're saying updated survey, but the survey is separate drawing, it's perfectly fine, right? It's just,
If you actually look at A1, it does show it on the front, so. Set-
let's put it this way. Would our vote change whether it's a back porch or a front porch?
Now I'm gonna leave you hanging. Yeah, that one feels, look, I'm the one that motioned to excuse you from the last meeting. So you steamrolled my motion. All right, so motion to approve?
but-
Does that make you happy or like? I don't know?
Oh, sorry.
What do you want from?
I wasn't even sure what you were referring to. Oh, because you made a motion about the sketch.
But the
Yeah.
question is it's the setback, really is a setback issue because right now there's a 30 foot setback to the front of the garage.
Yeah.
And now the new,
Create.
Yeah,
I did.
it can't go past.
so those posts are actually in the front setback.
Oh, hey, see how we get, see.
Motion denied based off front setback.
No, but even better, if it's a back porch, they'd be okay. So now it does matter which side it's going on.
That wasn't one of the reasons we denied it the last time. You were up on the unit.
We denied it last time because it didn't make any sense. Yeah, what it said was. Yeah, it said missing copy of property survey is motioned by board member David, second by Scarlett. Denied from.
Well, if we motion to deny it based on encroaching into the front setback, it's not going in the front. Hopefully that'll trigger them to fix their drawings, but. otherwise-
Second.
By Edward. Okay. Favor say aye. Aye. Is denying it because of the front setback, there's a 30 foot front setback to those posts that are supporting the ceiling roof.
In essence, an easier way almost to think about it is it can't go past that one bump out. that already exists.
And then it can go past it by 0.09 feet.
We can't go to the left of it because they're within their side setback. All right.
Really flying.
Yes, 30 foot front setback to the post, to the, column.
Right, Gage, what's our next one?
Okay. 5C 10901-03, Northeast 10th Avenue, after the fact driveway permit.
Don't have any driveway
None of the driveways on
on
the
their
property.
property, yeah.
Motion to deny.
Motion to deny for no off-street parking.
Second.
Thank you. Ed Scarlett, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Because none of this parking is on the actual property. It's all in the swale. So they must provide the parking on the property. I was wondering about that. I drive by that, I live over that way and I'm like, how did that get built without a permit? And they finally got caught.
No, it didn't get approved. They came and I had, because they didn't speak in English, I did explain like, no, it has to be cheaper, and we denied the one that they have, and it didn't come back.
Really?
Yeah. I don't remember who that was. It was a while ago. They're, because my old house is across the street from them, so I know them fairly well, but.
You, and they just said, you know what?
No, I think they'd already finished when they came.
No, they
first.
can continue it. They just have to bring it up so that the majority of cars park on the property. Right now, they're parking in their swale. They need to have the parking up here. It's almost like needs to come up. They'll be here next week. Question. We know. All right, next, 5B, 11011 Northeast 9th Avenue, new circular driveway with P-Rock. Here, look. Wish that other one had that P-Rock. No. Okay, we got borders, curbs, we got calculation. One.
It looks like it's just replacing the exact. Oh, no.
Did he see a
Okay, never
color?
mind. It was, before it was a straight in, like two concrete tracks. It's not replaced.
There's still at 17. Anybody see a color of the P-Rock? Why did we deny it the last time?
Say, why was it table or old business?
I think that they didn't have calculation.
Motion, please.
Motion to approve.
Charlotte, then David. Aye, aye. Next will be 5E 11011 Northeast 9th Court, new swimming pool.
Did not meet the rear setback before?
Yeah, so I think we denied it the last time.
Yeah, they did.
So they fix it because both drawings in here, so I'm saying that's it.
They both are 7 foot 6 and 9.
Motion to deny.
Second.
And then David, all in favor, say aye, aye. Yeah. 10-foot rear,
Raphael,
10-foot rear setback.
Upload any that file since the last time that we had. It's the one that we just did.
5D?
5E.
One more?
Just because they uploaded.
Yeah, and then we find out later that.
It still says 7 foot 6.
Right.
Yeah, I think they were just asking, are we
If
looking at
Raphael to
drawing-
check?
No, I totally get it. So I'm like, wanting to check.
Oh, it's been uploaded, a new one.
This is what we're looking for, the 10-foot rear setback. So motion to approve.
Second, Charlotte.
It was David.
So we're changing that now to, 4-0 approved.
So anyone want to check the deck and pergola or? Okay, make sure there's no revised drawing.
David Ed.
We're revoking my previous motion to deny.
We already voted for once, but and we denied it. Now we just voted again. Now we approved it.
It was a practice vote.
Because we weren't looking at the right drawing, so now we're motioning to approve it, voting to approve it.
All right, well, we didn't have the proper information that it came from the meeting 2 weeks ago, so that vote occurred 2 weeks ago. Once we-
Just make a motion to,
I meant,
to
it was
rescind
my
our
motion.
first
I'll
vote.
make a motion to rescind my prior motion based on the revised.
Favor say aye.
just
Aye.
presented. Aye.
it's gone away. Now we already, David,
David,
I motion to approve.
I second. Yep. Keeping you on your P's and Q's, folks.
Yep. You're gonna have your wife go back and watch the meeting at 8:14. Here's where Edward apologized and walked back his statement.
all right, next, but I mean, you just made a really good point. Can you look up, please, the 5B? Make sure that we are voting on the most current drawing on that, because we just denied it. 5B, 1010 Northeast 118th Street. I don't want.
Yeah, I mean, that one's different though, because you didn't deny it for the setback originally.
Well, also the thing that was wrong in there was uploaded. So it was uploaded since
Oh, it's in, never mind. We were looking at. Okay. All right, 5G, 11440 Northeast 10th Avenue, damaged concrete slab driveway replacement. I thought these people were already. approved. I thought we approved it based, but they had, huh? They had to show us like the gravel and stuff like that.
They have two different types of gravel.
Previously or now?
Right.
Yeah, now they do.
So basically, this is just what, he's just giving us the pictures of the gravel that we requested.
Oh, this has already been approved last.
It's already been approved.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you, I mean,
Thank you.
we approved it the last time.
Thank you, Theresa Green.
Okay. Showed it to us, fine.
We'll ignore the fact there's two different gravel.
I can,
We can get.
and their,
We're actually
their
applying.
thing
for
was
it.
they wanted to have it
Another
done before
guy.
Halloween and it ain't done. So. Okay, new business, 6A, 558 Northeast 118th Street, replace front door Victor Mielo. I'm putting, 16th date on it.
I mean, but if you get all to the end, you'll see it's just a single one here, but they did at least circle.
I know, I found something. different.
I mean, do you want us to vote on it again?
The first picture.
I mean, it's already, we already voted for it the last time. All they had to do was show us the gravel. Yeah. so-
6A, motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, favor say aye, aye. It was, Ed David. 6B, 630 Northeast 121st Street, demolition of wooden gazebo.
Motion to approve.
Second.
David, Ed David. All favor say aye.
On historic.
Gazebo. 6C, 711 Northeast 113th Street, re-roof clay tiles with DMS modified hot asphalt. Ooh, what's that?
Yeah, no, I'm not sure what's going on. But it's like pitched roof, a ranch style roof with clay tiles. They're gonna put a modified built up roof on that.
There's no tile?
No, I'm saying it's currently a sort of typical ranch style gable home with Spanish tiles.
But they're asking for to put on there, it says roof covering, Westlake, Boral, Barcelona 900.
Oh, I'm just reading the description here.
Yeah, the description is a little,
Okay.
and there's a terracotta
put a-
picture.
Hot modified built up roof on that.
Yeah. There's a red TSNT Spanish S tile that they're putting in. So,
Motion to approve.
Second.
David Ed, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, next is 6G, 10801 Northeast 9th Avenue.
Sliding glass door in the back.
Back store to place hurricane magnet.
A motion to approve. Second. In the back.
Okay, David, Ed, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Carries. Okay, next to be 11420 Northeast 8th Avenue, coping tile plaster skimmer of existing pool pavers, Matthew Barask. I mean, are they not changing any of the size?
They're just doing like a facelift in the pool, huh?
No, they're not really changing.
And it looks like it's compliant anyways. Well, it's a corner lot actually, so one side is not that.
But it's existing.
Motion to approve.
David Ed, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Didn't even, that was one of the, I looked at that. Wasn't sure if that was something you were supposed to vote.
Yeah, I'm not,
It's
probably
it's
could have just
a
done a
great
building
one.
department thing, but
6K, 11610 Northeast 6th Avenue, in replacement of 16 windows, one door to hurricane impact. Bernadette or Dorcius. Windows schedule.
schedule on 39. We have plan on 39. schedule on 40.
They look like they're all horizontal rollers. So if you look at the schedule, item number 2 through 17 are all HRs. They're all horizontal rollers.
I think number 1 is the front door.
Yep.
So 17 and 2 are the only two on the front of the house. 17 and 2 both horizontal doors.
I guess we gave points at all.
Motion to, wait, do we know what color that is? They are. Aluminum finish, bronze powder.
Dark gray. Last color, dark gray.
Motion to approve.
David Ed, on favor say aye. Aye. Motion
Aye.
carries. Okay,
XK.
all right. Did we cover everything? Yeah, 6L is the one that we moved up, Kim.
Bone white.
Oh,
Just
okay.
Yeah, we did.
Another bone white.
The white, yeah. Hey,
We know what the last.
so we have another meeting on the 20th, 2 weeks from today. And then with the first weekend of December is the 4th and then the 18th. Okay, so, Raphael is leaving us, kinda. He's moving over to the code department. They pilfered our department. for the other department. Yeah. Yes.
That's somebody else.
It matches, it meets the road, because typically those stop.
That's somebody else's,
They have to extend it out to the road. They can even take the ribbons out to the road. But let me finish up this meeting before we, before any questions.
I'll sit back down, don't worry.
The code now says that, that drive. But that's replacement of the existing, but the code says it has, there has to be an approach between.
basically somebody else who owns a solar company drove by and saw it.
No, let me go to that. I'm not gonna argue with that. Every case, I think they should put an approach in. Just, they could just take the ribbons and just continue them out to the street. As long as it's, that's.
But grab,
They could, but they'd have to put a concrete border around it. It would have to be part of the design, like maybe fill in the middle with gravel.
FPNL.
So it's a continuous design.
Clear it to turn it on. I think they're coming on. Yeah, I think they're coming on Thursday. Technically, it's been doing stuff, but it hasn't been.
At this point, it's like.
metering. It hasn't been sending.
Lines for the road already. People have to argue.
But over on my other house, went from like 350 a month down to like 40 a month. And I did, that house is like 700 to 750.
Were they legally
The
installed?
way that
at the time?
electricity works, I don't know if you know this, but the way that electricity works, once you get
Like the ribbon you're talking about?
amounts, then it's like ladders, so it gets more expensive every megawatt or whatever the unit is. Once you go above that, so like
The ribbon, is it
the
that?
first X, it's like the way the taxes work. So like, even if all I do is get the usage down.
Well, no, hold on,
I'll
so,
actually get
so
priced out by
me, if somebody has a legally placed gravel driveway prior to our current code, I don't think they have to go back and retrofit them with borders. I don't know if I agree with that. I have to think that one through, but
that's,
Yeah, exactly the same way that taxes.
yeah, but if the people are driving across their grass to get to their driveway, it's not an approved, your gravel goes out to the street. So that's, you have.
Motion to adjourn.
Hold on.
I feel like Gage wants to talk about more stuff.
No, I just wanted to ask these questions. Do we have any other further business? I mean, we're clear. on the
If we're doing
dates.
a discussion,
Are we all good on the rest of the dates? We all can be.
I didn't hear, I heard him ask, but I didn't hear the dates. I think I am, but
2 weeks from today, which would be the 20th.
Yep.
And then the first Monday, which is the 4th and the 18th.
Yeah.
Okay. No, just, obviously we brought up a big